Good morning, students. Welcome back in your English class. This is the first video that you are getting in 2021, and this video is the continuation of the last video of punctuation. So, in this video, we will learn about some punctuation marks which are left. Okay, so let's start. So, first is mark of interrogation. We all know that we put mark of interrogation just at the end of an interrogative sentence. And that means when we ask questions, direct questions, and at the end of this direct questions, we use interrogative or interrogation mark. So, for example, you can say, "Who are you?" After writing "Who are you?" we just put a question mark to denote that this is a question. I am asking a question. When did you come? Okay. Next is the mark of exclamation. The mark of exclamation is used after an exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, sudden emotion or wish. So, this note of exclamation is used after interjections and after exclamatory phrases or sentences which expresses sudden emotion or wish. This is, I think you know that what is exclamatory sentence. The sentence which denotes sudden emotion and wish, that type of sentence is only exclamatory sentence. And when we use exclamatory sentence, there we use exclamation sign. For example, how beautiful this flower is. Hello, well done, what a voice. Alas, the man is no more. Or what a nice bird it is. Okay. Our next punctuation mark is quotation mark or inverted commas. So, when do we use quotation marks? First, the quotation marks are used to set off the actual words used by a speaker. We quote the actual words which are said by a speaker. For example, the teacher said, "Hard work is the key to success." See, hard work is the key to success is the actual word or are the actual words which is said by the teacher. So we have given or we have written this sentence in inverted commas. Next, we use quotation mark to indicate the title of books, poems, stories, etc. and to draw attention to a word. For example, Macbeth is written by Shakespeare. Okay, here Macbeth is the name of a book, so we have written it within inverted comma. Now, when do we use dash? We use dash to indicate a break or abrupt turn in a sentence. For example, if my wife were alive, but why should I lament for the past? See, there is an abrupt turn. If my wife were alive, this is totally something different. This sentence has something different meaning, but suddenly it turns in another way. But why should I lament for the past? Right. We use dash to indicate the repetition of an idea. For example, this is an ideal school, perhaps the best. Okay. Next, we use dash to indicate a significant pause. Suppose you want to give a pause, a significant pause, there you will use a dash. For example, the hero of the story is rich, clever, charming, but a gambler. We also use dash to resume a list of subjects. Friends, companions, relatives all deserted him. So here again we can use dash. Now it's turn of hyphen. We all have used hyphen. So let us see when do we use hyphen. We use hyphen to connect the parts of a compound word. When two or three words is used as a single word, that means this is called compound word, there we use hyphen. For example, brother-in-law. See, brother is a different word, in is a different word, and law is a different word, but we have combined these words and we have made a compound word. And now this word has a single meaning, right? Brother-in-law, mother-in-law. We also use hyphen to connect the parts of a word divided at the end of line, like chocolate soldier, battlefield. Next is apostrophe comma. Mainly we use apostrophe comma to form the possessive case of a noun. So I hope you all know what is possessive case. When something belongs to someone, that is possession, that is possessive. Okay, so when we use possessive case um, in that sentence, we use apostrophe comma. Suppose, for example, this is Ram's desk. So this desk belongs to Ram. So we have written Ram, then apostrophe comma, then S. Ram's desk. Now it is, this is Ram's desk means this desk belong to Ram. Biltu reads in a boys' school. Here you have observed that boys, after completing the word, we have put or we have used apostrophe comma. Do you know why? It is because boys is a plural word. Okay, when the word ends with S or it is plural, then at the end of the word we use apostrophe comma. So here we have used apostrophe comma after boys. Next, only apostrophe is used to indicate the omission of a letter in a word. For example, you are. When we are writing you are in a short form, we just omit a and we write you apostrophe re. Then can't for cannot, don't in the place of do not. So here also we use apostrophe comma. Now we will learn when do we use capital letters. So a capital letter is used to begin every new sentence. Whenever we begin any new sentence, we use capital letter. For example, we are going to Shimla. Here, we is the first word of the sentence and W is the first letter. So we have written it in capital letter. Now, Shimla. Shimla is a proper noun, name of a place. So we have used capital letter. We use capital letter to begin proper nouns and adjectives formed from them. For example, I live in Shimla. Shimla is a proper noun. So we have written S in capital. Next, Delhi is the capital of India. Again here, Delhi is a proper noun and India is also a proper noun. So D and I in capital letter. A capital letter is used to begin every new line of a poem. Hopefully you have observed that. If you have not observed, now observe it. So whenever we start a new line in a poem, we start it with a capital letter. See, this is these are the two lines of the poem. On stone chair in the marketplace sits a stone gentleman with a stone face. So here we have started these lines with capital letter because these are the lines of poem. A capital letter is used to begin the first word of a direct quotation. Okay, like Ramesh said, tea is grown in Darjeeling. Here tea is the first word of the direct quotation, so tea is in capital. And one very important thing, that the pronoun I is always written in capital. Some of you make this mistake, so don't do this mistake again. Always write I in capital. Whenever you are using I as pronoun, you write I in capital. We also use capital letters for abbreviation of the names of the countries, official ranks, academic degrees, etc. Like USA, you all know the full form of USA, United States of America. This is the abbreviation. USA is the abbreviation of United States of America. Just like this, BDO, SDO, MA, MBBS, these all are abbreviation. So we have written this in capital letters. So students, here is an exercise for you. You have completed. Now you know everything about punctuation marks, and these 5 sentences are given. These are unpunctuated. You have to punctuate this. You have to use capital letters. You have to use punctuation marks wherever necessary. So I am reading out these sentences for you. Number A, he is too selfish, she said. Number B, Uncle Podger said to you, think me a fool. Number C, she said, sweet my child, I live for thee. Number D, I had it in my hand a minute ago. Number E, this is a beautiful spot, he said, we must ask the hell on a visit. So what you have to do? You have to rewrite these sentences using capital letters wherever necessary and using appropriate punctuation marks wherever necessary. Okay, students? So do this exercise. So thank you, students. Have a nice day and Happy New Year too.